Lungujja is located in Lubanga Division, one of the 5 administrative divisions of Kampala. It is bordered by Lubya to the north, Mengo to the east, Lubaga to the southeast, Natete to the south, and Busega to the west. The location is approximately 5 kilometers by road southwest of Kampala's Central Business District. Lungujja can be accessed by road from Kampala City using Sir Albert Cook Road, also known as Namirembe Natete Road. The following points of interest lie within or near Lungujja. Lungujja Progressive Nursery and Primary School, Quality Global Textile Group, Lubiri Secondary School, Lungujja Police Station, St. Stephen's Church, Lungujja, Lily Orphanage Primary School, Axis Gardens, Kamanya Road, which runs from Busega to the west, and Sentema Road to the east, passes through Lungujja. The area has a low population density compared to other areas neighboring the capital city. Development of public infrastructure has been growing in Lungujja. The national water grid extends through the whole neighborhood. Taxi fare from Lungujja to town is 1,500 shillings and the border is 5,000 shillings only. Welcome back from that break. You are still watching Area Code and we are still continuing our mini-series on construction. This week, we had a chat with business head at Uganda Baati Limited. His name is George Arodi, as he spoke about some very exciting and interesting innovations. Let's check it out. For this week's Insight, we are at Uganda Baati head offices, who are also one of our partners, and we are going to be speaking to the business head. His name is George Arodi. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you. Welcome.
Thank you so much for making time to talk to us.
Welcome.
So, what is Uganda Baati and what is it exactly that you do?
Uganda Baati is a leading company in Uganda, leading in the manufacture of roofing sheets and allied products for several years now. Uganda Baati was incorporated in 1963 and has been a leader in this particular business. I'm aware that for a very long time we've been having so many investments coming up in Uganda. But if you look at it critically, you'll find that Uganda Baati has been in this industry more than any other competitor that we have in the market today. Uganda Baati, again, is part of the Safal group of companies. Safal group of companies is the leader of roofing and allied products in Africa. In Safal group, we've been trying to be the leading in innovation in the industry in Africa. Way back in 2001, Safal Group was the first company in Africa to bring on board the aluminum zinc coated technology, where you find that you have a longer lasting protection to the steel to give roofing additional life of maybe around up to 4 times the life of the normal galvanized, which was the traditional way of metal coating. So we borrow so much from Safal Group. In terms of the innovation and in terms of the new products that we can actually bring on board. So the best practices actually emanate from our group operations. Yes.
So these are some of the innovations that you've brought into the market in Uganda.
Yes, basically, if you look at the innovations, I'll just take you through the journey
Okay.
of actual roofings. The roofing started all the way, we all started from the grass thatched houses. From there, we graduated into zinc coated products, which we call galvanized products. That's shiny product.
Yeah.
Then in 2001, that's the first time in Africa where a new coating technology was brought on board by the Safal Group called aluminum zinc. Aluminum zinc is where you actually do the coating of the product. Instead of using 100% zinc, you are actually having a mix of aluminum to the extent of 55%, and zinc you mix 45% to do the coating of the steel.
Right.
And the reason why aluminum was brought for the coating as one of the coating ingredients is actually to bring that longer life. We all know our cooking pots, they are all made of aluminum and they don't actually rust.
Yeah.
So that element, attributes of aluminum actually brought the longer life in the roofing industry. So that's the innovation that was brought on board by the Safal Group in 2001. Oh, yes.
So how do you serve your customers?
Our customers, we serve through various channels. We have various segments in our sales. We have, first is a dealer segment, which actually we are sending the product through the dealers in various markets. People will stock our products and sell to the consumers. We have another segment called institutional segment. So basically this particular segment try to serve the institution. That means people who are constructing warehouses, people who are constructing various institutions. So that particular segment serves that particular market. Then we have exports. Obviously, we need to earn foreign exchange, and we have a very well elaborate export department dealing with exports outside the country. Then we have another channel which is retail. Retail is basically to serve the customer who are walking to actually have their own individual housing. So that's also being served. So those are the channels that we follow. Recently, we have opted to be able to access the markets through the showrooms. And these showrooms, what we do is that we have realized that much as the Uganda Baati product is preferred in the market, customers would go to the dealers, will be asking for our products, but sometimes you find that they actually don't know the technical specifications of the product. If you tell them about the product which can be able to satisfy their quality requirements, you find that they get cheated, or if not, you find that they don't have the ammunition to be able to make a choice between the brands that they actually see at the dealer shops. So because of that, we open showrooms across the country. I think we are now talking about 10 showrooms all across Uganda. And these showrooms actually showcase the product and actually be able to take the customers or the consumers through the specific product attributes, which obviously cannot be eloquently be elaborated by the dealers.
Right. So it is no secret that when people are constructing houses, sometimes costs can become overwhelming. What options do you have for people who are looking to, say, cut costs, or who are looking to work within their finances?
I think the main thing is this. If you look at the roofing subsector, we have a whole spectrum of various needs. We have customers who may just want to have a roof over their head, and maybe a farmer who's there in the village who traditionally would be using the grass thatched house, but has graduated to actually be able to use steel roofing. So we have that product which obviously can endear to them, to that market segment, and this actually is called dumuzas. So dumuzas actually is made affordable to that particular market segment. When you graduate from the use of the dumuzas and you want to actually be able to accelerate it into color, which is the next stage, then obviously we offer resin coat. This actually just the normal profile of the dumuzas, but we add paint to it. So that's the next stage. Then obviously as you graduate further, we have what we call cover marks, which is actually box profile sheet. Then later on, you can find another market segment, which is actually the highest market segment for the people who can use the tile profiles, who traditionally would be using the clay tiles. We know that. So currently they realize actually clay tiles can be very heavy on the roofs, and they have the options of using tiles made of steel.
Right.
And we have the three product range. We have lifestyle, which is a stone coated. We have versatile. Then we have Roman tile.
All right, in your professional opinion, as one of the leading brands in the country, what advice would you give to people who are just getting into the construction process? What tips would you give these people?
Basically, I think sometimes I do sympathize with the consumers because there has been proliferation of investors in this industry for the last several years. Itself, when you look at the East African community, when we started that maybe several years ago, you find that there's been so many players crossing the border to actually be able to invest in Uganda. Yeah. And obviously, just the manufacturer in Kenya also can be able to access our markets. But the main thing is this. To enter into this industry, sometimes you can only have one particular machine, which cannot be very expensive. You can actually be able to spend about $50,000 and you are in the business. But the main thing is this. It's not a question of the machine. It's a question of the quality of the product that actually you can offer to the market. Okay. So the main thing which we have, which obviously I can advise, is that they should not be mesmerized by the choice that they see in the markets. They need to go for the product which has been tested, and they know that they can actually have that quality offering. Like for us, we have made very specific attributes that can be able to guide the consumer in making the choice. Yeah. If you look at the back of our sheets, you will find the inkjet, which is showing Uganda Baati, and the aluminum zinc coating and all that. So basically, I think every manufacturer will be having or required by law, by UN BSS standards, to be able to specify the product they are selling and the technical specifications, and that actually we can find it at the back of every sheet. You
actually did mention the process that you go through to make your finished product, and you are explaining it to us. Can we maybe have a...
Yeah, let me just take you through the journey. Let me just take you through the journey of making roofing sheets. I think sometimes I don't want to be very technical so that I can confuse the consumers. This is what we call cold roll steel. Yes. The cold roll steel is nothing but just to give the strength to the sheet, to the roofing sheet. This one is called aluminum zinc coated sheet. So it's the steel which has been coated to give it protection, because if you look at this one is rusted. So with this rust, which when it's allowed to continue for a long time, then you find the leakage. True. Leakage comes in the roof because the rust has actually eaten into the steel. So actually you have the leakage. Yes. Aluminum zinc, this is a protection then after that you can actually be able to add the color to it. Right. So color is nothing but just the aesthetics. It's just the beauty, nothing much. Doesn't offer much of protection. Yeah. Obviously we have different paints that people can use, which can also fade or not fade. Yes. But the main thing is this. The main protection you offer to the roofing sheet is this one. And that's why you'll find that even in our communication, we are trying to emphasize more on the aluminum zinc coating, because that's the actual first layer of protection you are giving to the roofing sheet. And for us, if you find that the market has already shifted, has reduced the coating from the regional standard, the regional standard was 100 grams per meter square on the roofing sheet. On today, you'll find that they've already gone to the standard class B of coating, where they are offering only AZ85, 85 grams per meter square. Right. So we have already insisted that we are not going to go back and be able to offer the product to the market which can compromise on the quality, and we insist that we are actually going to continue to offer the AZ100 coating vis-a-vis the competition which is offering AZ85.
All right, very nice. Thank you so much for your time once again, and I hope you don't mind if we go and have a look around your showroom.
Yes, sure.
That wraps it up for this week's episode of Area Code. My name is Sabrina, and remember, we continue our mini-series on construction, same time, same place next week. Remember, Area Code is in proud partnership with Uganda Baati Limited. Keep watching NBS always.